Words for your pay-per-click campaigns on Google Ads can be tricky since there are so many ways to set it up. This effort becomes even more complicated when you're in healthcare since there are so many different types of services, healthcare providers, and treatments that patients could be searching for in their journey. One thing you have to do is tell Google how aggressively or how much you want to limit your advertisements by selecting a keyword match. It's necessary to optimize your keywords since ads can often cost more on Google Ads than Facebook ads. As you target rare conditions, Facebook ads has less accurate targeting methods for a specific patient population, while Google ads allows you to reach a rare population a lot better. There are four different keyword match types to choose from when advertising with Google ads, formerly called Google AdWords. In this tutorial, you're going to learn about the four keyword match types as well as the keyword match types that are vital to the success of your pay-per-click campaigns. Ad in your pay-per-click campaign, you can select broad match, modified broad match, phase match, or exact match for your keyword match types. Each match type has its respective advantages and disadvantages. Match type is the default match type which will reach the widest audience. When using broad match, your ad is eligible to appear whenever a user search query includes any of the words in your key phrase, regardless of the order. For example, if you use broad match on diabetes, your ad might just get displayed if a user searches diabetes vitamins, socks for diabetics, or diabetes-friendly foods. Synonyms also trigger broad match, which your ads will show for terms such as diabetics or diabetes neuropathy. The goal of a broad match is to cast the widest net. It can help you discover more about your searcher's intent, but it can also display keywords that you weren't trying to target, which leads to costs adding up surprisingly quickly with Google Ads. This means you'll have to keep a close eye on the query reports to ensure irrelevant keywords and searches are swiftly excluded. These challenges are why an experienced company like TrialJoint can save you a tremendous amount of money and time by avoiding the keywords you shouldn't be targeting. For example, look at the Google Ads triggered by a search on diabetes. The ads displayed for other kinds of intents for diabetes. One is a recruitment service, which is irrelevant if I'm looking for a clinical study. The other one is for clinical trials in Latin America, which wouldn't make sense for anyone living in the US. Broad match keywords allow isolation of certain aspects of keywords or key phrases. This will enable you to reach a similarly wide audience as a broad match would, but offers control over who sees your ad by locking individual keywords into a key phrase using the plus parameter. For instance, let's say you enable the modified broad match in AdWords for the keyword gel batteries. If you append the plus parameter to the word gel, then Google could only match your ads to queries that include the word gel. If you append this to the word batteries, then your search queries must include that word before your ad can enter into the auction. Match type will allow you to have a bit more control over a broad match since you can target a series of words exactly. A good example would be diabetes clinical trial or diabetes research study. This targeting will control the ads that only show up when those key phrases are used in the exact order that you entered them. There can be keywords in front or in behind them, like California's diabetes clinical trials or diabetes research study with cholesterol. Match type is perfect when you exactly know what you're trying to target. For example, if you want to target people who search diabetes clinical trials in California, then your ad only shows up when they search exactly that. In the image below, you can see examples of the slight changes Google makes to your exact search. It may also substitute some synonyms. Users who click on your ad when searching for the exact phrase are more likely to be interested in your clinical trial or service. So using exact match can reduce the unwanted costs and keep conversion rates really high for you. On the other hand, you'll have less traffic as a result of your restrictions because these more specific search queries have lower search volume, so you won't get as many overall impressions. To help fine-tune your campaigns, they can also have a significant impact on your campaign's performance since they determine how many people see your ads and how they use the budget efficiently. Performance to date, you can determine how well keywords performed in converting traffic. This part will depend on if you have the correct tracking set up. Competitors. Depending on how your competitors bid for various terms, it will factor into how much you'll have to spend per keyword. Additionally, how high the quality score is for a given keyword determining how much or how little you pay for that search ads display. Bids. Cost per click and cost per conversion are heavily impacted by bids. Often, advertisers employ various methods to manipulate the bids, and they frequently bid more or less aggressively based on the match type. This can strongly influence the match type that is most appropriate for your campaign.